Bump's name.
Hey, welcome everybody. Here we are, episode 27 of Tough Bumps. My name is Matt Connerton, and of course, my partner in crime in this endeavor, all the way from the great state of Iowa, Eric Pilcher is here. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
Good, good. I recently heard you referred to as Eric Filter, by the way, but that is not your correct name.
No.
You are Eric Pilcher.
Yes, I am Eric Pilcher. And I generally try not to talk with anything in my mouth, let alone phallic items.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. So
yeah, same.
Clear that up right now. But
I mean,
I have heard you're fat.
Yes. I've been called Ratso Fatso, which is odd. I think I'm rather svelte.
Yeah. You're. I would not call you fat, although I hear Jenny is a very good cook. So
yes, she is. But
if you keep eating Jenny's cooking, you will get there. You will achieve Ratso Fatso status.
Yeah, well, I do go to the gym, which is part of why I get away with eating as much as I do, and I was blessed with a fast metabolism. But yeah, I'm about 175 pounds. I don't think at 5'11", 175, I don't think I'm overweight.
No, some might say you have perfect health and scored a 100 on your cognitive test.
That's right, best cognitive test ever.
Yup.
Well, very good. So, oh, by the way, too, I want to say publicly again, thank you to Austin Hicks for joining us last week. That was nice.
In Austin, I talked to him afterwards via Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
He did enjoy, from what I understood, he enjoyed his time on here. So we'll have to have him back again at some point. He's a young guy, and they have something called lives, Matt.
Sure.
Believe it or not.
Sure.
I know us older people, those days are behind us,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I fully embrace it.
I don't know. I'm too busy to embrace that.
Nope.
I keep an insane schedule.
People will sit there and tell me, they're like, "Oh, you're just too old." And I'm like, probably right.
Just too old for what, though?
Like, they'll throw it out there. You're too old. Oh, okay, you're probably right. And that's been my go-to on that. When they say I'm too old, yeah, you're right. I just I don't want to argue the point, and I don't want to hear what stupid reason they have for that I'm too old. I just agree with them. It's gonna get me into trouble because I'm gonna be ignoring them, and they're gonna throw in a key thing like, "Oh, you're too old to live alone without supervision." Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh.
I'm gonna end up in
ways off, I think.
And I'm gonna end up in like a state-run elderly facility.
No. There's an expression. I even heard DDP use this recently in one of his inspirational videos. Don't let the old man in.
Well, I thought you were gonna say that you're only as old as you feel, and I was gonna say, oh shit. We're in a lot of trouble then.
Well, there is that too, because there's your there's your chronological age, and then there's your biological age, and those aren't necessarily the same.
Matt, you're not making me feel better.
No? So you don't.
Oh, I feel like I should retire.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have an arm that's operating at like 40% efficiency.
Yeah.
My back spasms.
Oh. I'm fortunate because I'm one of those people, because I'm older than you, but I no matter how old I get, physically and mentally, I still feel like I'm 25. But I think what that means is I'm one of those people who, instead of just getting old incrementally, I'm just going to be young for a really long time. And then one day it'll all just collapse in on me. I'll just wake up one morning with debilitating back pain and I'll just be like, oh, I guess I'm old now.
Yep. The cliff.
Let's go over the cliff. I'm going to be one of those guys, which
Yeah.
actually might be better. I don't want to. I don't know. I mean, as long as it's a long way away. If it happens when I'm 70, I'm okay with it.
And people, I don't want people to get mistaken that I'm complaining about my life, that I'm sad. And no, I'm perfectly fine. I have no problem staying at home and watching movies and hanging out with my dog. I'm quite content.
Yeah. Good.
I mean, I'm a far way from retiring,
Yeah. I mean, you're still a young man, all things considered, whether you feel like a young man. Chronologically, you're still a young man.
But speaking of retirements.
Yes.
There has been a pro wrestling retirement.
Yes, but and even a retirement tour of sorts.
This is what we in the business call a segue.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, so before we talk about this guy, I just want to say I didn't even know he existed until you brought him to my attention. I literally had to Google.
How do you not know about this individual?
I had no idea. Brock Lesnar guy is what he is known as. I had to Google that. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yes, Brock Lesnar guy. And for those that are uninitiated,
that's his handle on Twitter, by the way. I just put up on the screen his post that you sent me. That's his Twitter. Brock Lesnar guy.
For those uninitiated, Brock Lesnar guy is mostly, he does attend other wrestling shows. WWE superfan.
Mm-hmm.
And he is known as Brock Lesnar guy because he was videoed hulking up to Brock Lesnar returning to Raw back in 2012.
Oh, so the lore goes back to 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's when the moment of infamy was captured. And with that, hold on one second here.
Mm-hmm.
Vito! No! Puppy training is difficult.
Oh, I thought you were quoting a line from The Godfather.
No.
Because you're a movie guy.
I muted my mic, so that shouldn't have come up.
Oh, it did. Everyone heard you yelling, Vito, no! That's why I thought you were... I thought that was a line for The Sopranos, my favorite series. But, but no. We should clarify.
There is a Vito. Maybe I need to change his name.
Of course there's a Vito. In The Sopranos, of course.
Yeah, that's why I need to change his name.
Yeah.
That we can't talk about this because I think we would end up getting into a major argument over Vito Spatafor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we'll do that off camera after the show. Look, so that's when it started. He's traveled all these shows and wears the same old ratty Extreme Couture t-shirt to all of these shows.
Yeah.
He posted this December 31st that you see on your screen. He's retiring from attending pro wrestling shows.
Yes.
The end. For over 25 years, I've experienced some amazing moments attending wrestling shows. But now it's time to move on. I knew I was running out of time with this, which is why I hit it hard this year. What an incredible year it was, especially with John Cena's retirement tour. I need to focus on other things now, which I will be sharing with you guys very soon. But as far as attending wrestling shows, it's time for me to move on. I will still be posting content. Oh, joy. Stay tuned. The end, or to be continued.
Okay. Oh, there's Vito. Hi, Vito.
Yes. This is Vito's introduction to the Tough Bumps cast.
No, Vito is very cute.
Tough Bumps audience. Yes, this is Vito.
So for those of you listening to the podcast version of the show, strictly audio, we are staring at a very, very cute dog.
Yes, that is Vito. He
Okay.
is my new dog, not Rock. I correct everyone when they say Rocky's replacement, because nothing will replace Rocky.
Right.
Ever.
Of course.
But Vito's Vito, and he is a handful.
Yeah.
We think he's a little over a year old.
Okay.
Yes, he was about to be euthanized, actually, believe it or not.
Oh.
Our shelters, this is going to allow me a moment to kind of go on a personal thing. Shelters all over the country are overwhelmed with animals right now. Mm-hmm. Many are filled to capacity, and they can't go to other rescue shelters because they're filled. So with dogs that have issues, they have one option at this point: put them down.
Mm-hmm.
Vito has a nipping problem, something that can be corrected. But a lot of these shelters don't have the manpower or volunteers to work with these animals to correct it.
Right.
So when I was told this, I knew that I said, well, I was a last chance human being when Rocky rescued me. So let me rescue this dog.
Yeah.
He's a last chance dog. Let me rescue him. And I've been happy. He's a great dog. Definitely keeps me on my toes. He's very hard-headed. But he's fun. So moving on, I digress. Brock Lesnar guy.
Yes.
This guy, and of course, I don't know if he did this tongue-in-cheek or did this legitimately. There's a video of him taking his t-shirt and putting it over a chair. And the mind-blowing part of all of it isn't the audacity that this guy thinks he's some part of the show.
Right.
He did this at AEW World's End.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a WWE show.
Right.
So in the video you see on your screen there, he walks over, lays his shirt on the chair, and pats it and walks away.
Okay.
His most recent tweet is a picture of him with his shirt on a hanger and saying the final wash cycle ?
Right. So what is your objection to? Is it all just a little too cringe, or?
It's way too much cringe. Like, bruh, you're retiring from going to pro wrestling shows. Like, the audacity to put yourself above the performers. And that's what he's doing.
But isn't he? Well, so let me play devil's advocate.
No, don't. You do this, and I entertain it all the time.
Isn't he just having some fun? I mean, what's the harm?
Because when you do this, you make some good points, but there is no good point to be had here. There is not. You're retiring from sitting at a live pro wrestling event. I'm sure your credit card company is devastated that they're not going to have the high interest of all these pro wrestling trips and events coming in. I'm sure the credit card executive's son or daughter you put through college is going to send you a thank you card.
Yeah. But I wonder, is he independently wealthy or something? How is he able to even afford to do that?
I have heard rumors and innuendo from individuals who say they've talked to him, say they know him. Because he's the type of guy that I just think if we said something wrong on here, he would make a big deal out of it when he really shouldn't.
Okay.
You know what? To hell with it. I'll say it. The rumor I have heard, again, I haven't researched it, is that mom and dad are very independently wealthy.
Oh, okay.
And so he lives off them. It's their money. Like this is what he does. He goes to pro wrestling shows and makes an ass out of himself. And then furthermore, makes an even bigger ass out of himself by retiring.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to announce something right here. I am retiring from watching Sydney Sweeney have private lingerie shows for me. I'm calling it right now. It's been a hard gig, but I'm retiring. That's the equivalent of what this guy did.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, and he was rightfully flamed on X for this post.
Flamed in what way? Like, is there a general consensus that he, like, because again, this guy is completely new to me. That he's just generally very cringe, or is that
the whole post being cringe? Just everything about him being about like the audacity to sit here and act like you're bigger than the show,
right?
So, yeah, I mean, and all of this is a segue to him announcing that he is Monday, January 5th. His Twitch is going live. He'll be streaming a Monday Night Raw watch party.
Oh, so is this like, do you think maybe this is his thing? He wants to be a streamer. He wants to be an influencer.
Yeah, until he retires from that.
His gateway into that?
I don't know.
He does post a lot. I'm looking at his Twitter. I mean, he posts a lot, or his X.
He does post a lot, and he's engaging.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's cringe. I can't.
He's got 55,000 followers on Twitter, so he'll have an audience.
Yeah, so do Nazis. Let's be real here.
Oh, so you're saying, so Brock Lesnar, guys, do you feel that he's a Nazi?
No, I'm saying there's no judgment for taste based on followers.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I can guess why you went to that.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that he's a Nazi. Okay.
Yeah, but no, basically people were like, who the hell are you? Yeah, stop it. Someone commented, damn, the TKO prices finally got to him.
Well, that may not be a coincidence.
That may not.
Because he hasn't explained, right? He hasn't explained why he's not going to shows anymore.
And then someone posted the Conor McGregor gif. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Like, I loved Max MJF's response to all of this.
Yeah. Well, it's very on brand, very in character.
And it's very truthful because he's like, we should be able to start hitting fans again. And crap like this, I get it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, the more I look at it, I think if he wouldn't have done the video, like, and made a big deal about it, just been like, hey, I've decided I can contribute to the pro wrestling community in other ways than just attending live shows. So I will no longer be attending live shows, but here's what I'm going to be doing. You know, to do this whole grandiose retirement thing like you're Rocky Balboa or an MMA fighter leaving their gloves in the octagon.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Golly.
But I mean, generating
here it comes.
He's getting heat. Maybe he's a heel. Think about that.
Yeah, no. I don't care. Like, if he's a heel, he's got go home heat.
Yeah.
Which is worse than nothing. Like,
well, that's appropriate. He's going home.
Well, then he listened to the go home heat. So good job, Brock Lesnar guy. And damn it, Matt, you did it again. Your devil's advocate has made me succumb to your reasoning.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad. I still have the touch.
He's still a dipshit.
Okay.
I stupid little toe rag.
Terry Dactyl, very well done, says, are you guys all right? I'm okay. How are you? Are you all right?
I'm good. I'm not Brock Lesnar guy, so
yeah,
my life's pretty awesome.
Yeah, although I wouldn't mind having his social media numbers.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Maybe this is Brock Lesnar guy.
Maybe. Oh, maybe.
Because there's the Twitch icon.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Brock Lesnar guy, you want to join us and defend yourself?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar guy. I don't think it's Brock Lesnar guy. We are on Twitch, but Brock Lesnar guy is going to be on Twitch. So, I don't know.
You know what? I'll lay it out there. If Brock Lesnar guy catches wind of this and wants to come on and have a conversation with me, we'll plug his Twitch feed. We'll do the whole nine. And we can have a discussion. And if he proves me wrong and he gets me to say, yes, I was being an asshole, you're right, I'll do it.
Okay.
But I don't see it happening.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, should we move on to the next item?
Yeah, but let's move on to something positive, because this next story is awesome and it's short.
Yeah. Talking, of course, about Matt Cardona.
Yes.
The former Zack Ryder, who seemed to morph into Matt Cardona in real time, right in front of our eyes on Raw, because when he came out on on SmackDown. Wait, it was SmackDown, right?
SmackDown.
On SmackDown, it becomes a blur. When he came out, first we heard and saw the woo, 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 it, and then it morphed into, and then we heard Always Ready, because he is always ready, Matt Cardona. So he seemed to switch characters.
I like that. I really like that, because I think it was a great way to get the Zack Ryder pop.
Mm-hmm.
And then be like, but here, you're going to have to start looking at me as Matt Cardona.
I'm trying to think, is there another example of that where they've sort of done something like that, where in real time you see a character sort of morph from one persona to the other as a way of sort of letting the audience know, for anyone who's confused, this is Zack Ryder, but now he is Matt Cardona because this is who he's been very successful as outside of WWE. Plus, worth reminding people, he was on NXT just recently as Matt Cardona before making an appearance.
Main
roster as Zack Ryder.
I can't recall one being this well executed.
Yeah,
I can't recall one at all, really.
Yeah,
but this one made so much sense.
Yeah,
it really made a lot of sense.
Right.
And you know what? I'm going to be positive. I really hope that good things and big things happen for Matt Cardona.
I hope so too.
I hope they push him to the moon.
Yeah. He's, obviously when he was Zack Ryder, doing Z True Long Island Story, he was kind of a trailblazer in that sense, a pioneer. Yes. In terms of using the internet to get himself over.
I'm going to give a statement here, and if it isn't for Zack Ryder, we don't have AEW.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Well, what did AEW come from? The success of the Bullet Club, and the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Where was a lot of the success from the Elite generated from?
Oh, right. Their YouTube
Being the
show.
Elite
Being
on
the Elite.
YouTube.
Yep.
So
True.
so without Zack Ryder laying that groundwork, I don't know if you get that. If you get that, if the Bullet Club becomes that big,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of things that Z True Hollywood Stories or Z whatever it was called, I forget.
Z Long Island Story.
There we go. Thank you. Where a lot of things he did there really got promoters to be lax on what they allowed talent to do on social media.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, wait a minute here. This could be good for business. Whereas at that time, Zack Ryder was under Vince McMahon, who didn't see it.
Well, it's interesting because he was very successful on YouTube promoting the show, which of course carried over into the fans reacting to him and getting him over. But then we always hear these stories about how in WWE, at least at that time, they would tend to resent you if you got over and you weren't supposed to necessarily. Because it was something that wasn't part of their plan. And then WWE kind of took over the show and effectively wrecked it because that's what happens. And then that led to it ending, and eventually he was gone from the promotion eventually. And then struck out on his own using his real name, Matt Cardona, and being very, very successful.
Like, again, he really was, I think, the guy that him and Cody were the two guys that really, and Drew McIntyre, really forged this idea that being released from WWE is not the end of your career.
Right. As JR says, you go learn a new hold.
I mean, not just a new hold, but a new everything.
Yeah.
Because on the indies, they don't give you a gimmick. You have to find it.
Right.
And you have to find what works. And so those guys really did such a great job with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's so important for us to get out there, is that those three guys, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Zack Ryder, now known as Matt Cardona, really laid that groundwork. Without them crawling, Mercedes Moné, for those of you that are fans of hers, she doesn't run. There isn't an AEW. I mean, and I firmly believe that.
I did think of another example where they've brought back, but this is NXT, where they brought back somebody under their new persona using what I assume is their real name. That's Ty Dillinger. After spending time in AEW as Sean Spears, he went back to NXT as Sean Spears. And I don't think they even acknowledge Ty Dillinger, though. I think they treat him like he's a completely different guy, if I'm not mistaken.
My thing is that didn't even generate the buzz they hoped it would. I don't think.
What specifically?
Just he came back and people are like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, well, because he was coming back as this new guy. Yeah,
and I think
by the way, I do like his gimmick. I don't watch enough NXT, but I like his gimmick. I think it's fun.
He had a couple PLE main events, but my point is like, when you do something like this, it's more important what do you do with the momentum from this now.
Yeah,
like obviously this guy, Matt Cardona's, strap a rocket to his ass, because you could have him do anything and the crowd's going to be behind it.
Yeah.
Are you willing to do that, though, if you're the powers that be in WWE? That remains to be seen. But I've always been a believer in if someone returns and they got momentum, your plans be damned. You run with the momentum and you see if you can get it to work, because a good idea and a good story is always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be there. It's not a situation where you sit there and you're like, oh, well, this isn't going to, if we don't do it now, it isn't going to happen. No, you can always go back. That's a great thing about writing stories.
Mm-hmm.
You can write the first chapter and leave it sit and then go back and be like, well, we can't do this part of it, the build to it, but we could still do the story.
Right.
How do we get there? So, yeah, I hate this whenever I hear the dirt sheets, the Uncle Daves, the Alvarezes, the Sean Ross Sapp say it's not in the plans. Bullshit. It can be in the plans.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't, they're lazy and they don't want to make new plans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also wonder too if they'll work him in at all with Chelsea Green, of course, is his wife. So
I don't want him to.
Yeah.
I think she has a great thing going with Ethan Page right now.
Yeah.
I think if you put them together, it's just forced.
Yeah.
What I would love to see him do is have Cardona say subtle little digs about it.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when Stephanie was pregnant and they had DX do them subtle, they weren't really subtle, but those digs, like, we have a picture of Stephanie's baby.
Oh, yeah, I remember
things
that. Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
like they should have him do that, and it'd be absolutely hilarious and on brand for the character of Matt Cardona.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. There's a lot they can do, and he's a creative guy, obviously. So I'm sure he's got ideas, and with Triple H in charge, hopefully his ideas will be heard, because it doesn't sound like Vince really had much time for him.
And he's the only man to hold the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
Oh, yeah.
What? He held a quarter of the titles. Are you disputing Matt Cardona's claim at that?
No.
Because his wife was one half of everything she owns is his.
Right.
So he was a quarter of the women's tag team champions.
Yeah.
The logic is sound.
Sure. The only thing that bothers me is that fake tan that he has looks so strange. That's my only gripe about Matt Cardona.
It so fits.
It fits Zack Ryder. Does it fit Matt Cardona?
I would advise you to go watch some Matt Cardona stuff. And yes, it does.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it fits.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I haven't seen enough of his indie work to.
Oh, yeah. He really does.
Okay.
It fits. It works.
All right.
Matt Cardona can do no wrong.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. All right. Well, should we move on to our next item on the undercard?
Yes.
So this was a big surprise.
I was shocked.
They seem to keep this very quiet until it was time, because there was all this speculation about what was going to happen. So we knew that at the end of the year, WWE's deal with Peacock was ending in terms of the library that, it used to be WWE Network. They moved it all to Peacock. But we knew that at the end of the year, that deal was expiring, and there was a lot of speculation about, I thought what was going to happen was they were going to continue putting the stuff on YouTube. They've got the WWE Vault YouTube channel, which they're constantly adding to. They've got a separate WCW channel that they're constantly adding to the library stuff. I thought maybe they were going to continue to do that. I had no idea, and I don't think many people did. This was kind of a surprise that all not all of it yet, but a big chunk of that content is going to be available on Netflix. I don't think yet they've said anything about the ECW
or
content,
WCW or the territories content.
Right, but I assume that's coming. But right now, but
that might be a little bit trickier.
You think so?
I think there might be some. Again, this is pure speculation on my part. I think there might be some legalese that needs to be straightened out in regards to the WCW stuff and the.
You think so? Why would it matter? They own all of it.
Because
why would it be any different than Peacock?
It's all in how legally it was drawn up when they purchased it. Because right now, WWE owns the rights to the video, yes. But when you sign over library rights, there's distribution agreements. So it might be one of those things that WWE can distribute it however they want. But if you put it on Netflix, WWE is no longer the distributor. Netflix is.
But how would that be any different than having it on Peacock?
Fair point. I think there's going to be, I guess I wouldn't be shocked if there's going to be some bumps in the road on getting them on Netflix. I think that WWE, what they should do is just go back to having the network style, but charge like $5.99 a month.
Yeah.
And just have it all on there. Because I would pay $6 a month to be able to stream every major pro wrestling event in history.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know any pro wrestling fan that's going to be like, I'm not paying that.
Right.
Like, obviously, there would be some things that I would want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would want to see ECW unedited. Obviously, you can't have the music. But there are things they've cut out of ECW that I take offense to. They cut out Bubba Ray Dudley's infamous Heatwave promo. That was great.
I wonder, something I've wondered about is in terms of putting what, because obviously, like we were just saying, they've put a lot of this on YouTube. Is there maybe an issue, especially with ECW, where I assume they would get some sort of exemption because they're such a big provider of content, obviously WWE. But is there potentially an issue in terms of some of that ECW content very stridently violating YouTube's standards in terms of what they will allow and will not allow on their platform?
I think WWE right now could probably get any company to concede to whatever they want.
Probably, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that's a big issue. I think it would be an issue at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want unedited ECW, and I want, this might be controversial, I want Chris Benoit's name to be re-added back to stuff. Like, I get it, and what he did was heinous, horrible, and awful.
Mm-hmm.
But you remove WrestleMania 20 from you, or you limit the description of what WrestleMania 20 is.
Right.
And we all know, I mean, why do that? Why grossly edit that year's Royal Rumble because Benoit won it?
I fundamentally agree. I do.
Like, there are individuals that,
because it affects everybody. It doesn't just affect Chris Benoit. It affects everybody who worked with him. And that's not their fault. They shouldn't be penalized for that.
But Chris Benoit has a son that's still living.
Yeah.
You know, he might want to see that celebration with Eddie that
Yeah.
you cut out.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I agree with you.
So, I mean, while I don't think he should be honored and be in the Hall of Fame.
No, you cannot do that. No, certainly not. No, that would be insane. But yeah, no, but I agree with you. I mean, he shouldn't be, his content should not be discarded permanently. And, it is worth mentioning too. I mean, when they examined his brain, please don't anyone take this wrong. I'm not defending.
No, don't say it, Matt, because you know they're going to.
Well, I know they're going to, but it is worth pointing out when they examined his brain. I mean, it was soup. He had, I mean,
the brain of a 60-plus-year-old man with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, with everything we know about CTE now that we were starting to know then, but we certainly know now. You know,
I have to play devil's advocate there, Matt.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say he did have human growth hormone in his body. He did have some form of steroids in his system.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't help.
No, of course not. But but his brain was pretty messed up. So I just say all that to say, we need to. It's worth mentioning. That's all. I don't really have anything to add about that, but I do agree with your point. To just erase him. History is not.
Let the events be. Let the events show what they show.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the same with ECW. Like, if anything, you're creating more views for YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I can go watch the infamous Bubba Ray Dudley Heatwave promo on YouTube. And if WWE would listen to why Bubba Ray did what he did, it would make sense. Have you seen the promo, Matt?
No.
I will send it to you. It is inflammatory. It is very un-PC. It is not good. But the story behind it is they were walking into the arena and Devon was called racial slurs.
Okay.
And they were spit on as they were coming out to the ring.
Okay.
Which, yes, they're heels, but there's a line you don't cross.
Sure.
And to me, that's one of them. You can't spit on talent.
No, of course not.
And call them racial slurs. So then Bubba Ray launched into this diatribe that I'm not, decorum prevents me from saying it on here.
Yeah.
But it was bad.
Wow.
I remember on my aunt's cable bill the next month, there was an apology.
Really? On the
she
cable
had
bill?
Bought that event. And that the views of ECW talent that occurred in this event are not the views of Viewers' Choice or your local cable provider.
That's interesting. Wow.
That was very interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, my aunt wanted to know what was said.
Yeah. Did you tell her?
I repeated it, and then I got in trouble. Like, the hell is this?
Oh, yeah.
No. It was a lot harder to get them to order ECW pay-per-views then.
Oh. Well, by the way, so we're good with the Netflix story, right?
Yeah, I think I actually was able to find all of it.
Okay.
All the WWE stuff, very easy to navigate.
Good.
Picture quality.
Okay.
Step above Peacock for sure.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So they did a great job.
Yeah. Hey, before we move on to the main event, only because you mentioned racial slurs and whatnot, it reminded me of something that we haven't talked about. We didn't discuss this ahead of time, but I didn't know if you had a thought about it. Devon Dudley,
Oh boy.
Claiming that Jim Ross said something to him of a racial nature that JR denies.
I don't know why Devon would say this, because
it's hard to believe.
Yeah, I have never heard someone say Jim Ross has said anything racially motivated.
Yeah.
Like this, I don't know if Devon was having a bad day. Devon has an axe to grind. But I don't buy it.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
For a second.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you've heard Jim Ross talk about the racism he saw in Mid-South and hear how emotionally charged he gets about it.
Right.
So yeah, I don't buy it. I would like to know why Devon said it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an explanation that will suffice.
And Jim Ross was very gracious about it when asked by Conrad Thompson. He said he's always liked Devon. He still likes Devon, and he doesn't understand why Devon is saying this. He vehemently denies that he ever said anything like that to Devon, but he said he's not mad at Devon about it. He's just puzzled, which is very gracious, because I mean, if
someone said it about me, I'd be
pissed.
Yeah, I'd be cracking skulls.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what? I want to know dates, times. I want to know what was said.
Yeah.
Kudos to JR, but JR's always been like that. He's never been one to get upset. And I think I was more upset that JR didn't get upset. Like, no, this dude is coming at your credibility.
Yeah.
Like, do something. Say something.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody else ever say that JR was.
Ahmed Johnson did, now that I think about it.
That guy has no credibility, though.
Yeah, that just shows you how bizarre this is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on that, but we can move on to the main event in all its glory. Starrcade 97, the great WCW event. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I watched it today. I wanted
it
to be.
Did you? I watched it last week, and I'm actually going to send you the event poster so you can.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Share it to our fans and give some ambiance.
I'd like to put that up anyway, because the image that I grabbed is a bit low res, which I didn't expect.
I don't think we're going to find a high res image, but
not a high res event in a sense, I suppose.
I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
Because there's two different trains of thought. When I saw it live and when I watched it now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Watching it now, I think there were two amazing matches on the card.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. We'll probably agree on which ones they were.
And three, if in one that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 matches were great on that card. The opening match, Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko, was a clinic.
Yeah, that was excellent. Not that I was surprised, because of course it was.
Right.
two guys who probably couldn't have a bad match if they wanted to. And there was a particular spot in that, by the way, that I loved, that I'd never seen before. When Eddie decides to powder out of the ring, and he runs. The only way I know how to describe it for people who haven't seen it is he runs out of the ring, but on his knees. He
Yeah.
runs out of the ring. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was amazing.
In WCW, when he was a heel, he did that spot quite a bit.
Oh, did he? See, I don't remember that for some reason, except that what was
if he was going up against a monster face, like Ray or Dean or Ultimo Dragon or Juventud, he would do that spot.
Oh, did he ever do that in WWE?
No.
Okay.
He couldn't at that point.
Okay, because I don't remember. Yeah, because when I saw that today, I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool." I have no recollection of seeing him do it before, but that was impressive.
And then I thought Diamond Dallas Page and Kurt Hennig was a great match. And I think that like a lot of people point at DDP going over on Savage as his coming out party. I think this was a stronger candidate for that than that Savage match.
I would agree, because again, in Kurt Hennig, you had a guy who couldn't have a bad match if he wanted to, and could work with anybody. And I'm a big DDP mark too. I love DDP. I always have.
I think they told a great story.
Yep.
And then a match that I think I'm going to shock a lot of people when I say this, Buff Bagwell versus Lex Luger was a very good match. Given the people involved in the match, I think it was very good. And I think, look, we can sit here all we want and bash Lex, bash Buff. Lex was a decent worker.
No, he was. I thought the match was okay. I thought the match
was not a good worker. But I want to say this about Marcus Bagwell. I give him credit for turning his life around like he has, and given his recent medical issue, having to have a leg amputated, and by everything I've read online, he really has kind of become, this kind of beacon and the being real positive. So, and he's actually been going to conventions.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. But I thought that was a good match, given how bad it could have been.
Yeah, that was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, and given the fact that they were shortchanged, the Giant versus Kevin Nash on this card.
Yes. That was when Kevin Nash thought he as a shoot. Kevin Nash was in the hospital, apparently concerned about his heart. His father, I believe, died of a heart attack at 36.
I call bullshit. Look,
on what?
I love Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best big men in the history of the business.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash didn't want to do business that night. And he can say all he wants. And yes, he was in the hospital. That has been documented.
Okay.
But it's also been documented Kevin didn't want to job to the Giant.
Okay.
So I find it kind of funny that, on the night you're supposed to job to him, your heart is having problems and you're in the hospital. I mean, and then the next month you beat him and almost break his neck.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Yeah. Almost break his neck.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to see some evidence before I
Well, there is an evidence. There's things Eric Bischoff has said.
Yeah.
In his book on 83 Weeks about the conjecture behind it. And that's what it's attributed as, conjecture.
Right.
That Kevin wasn't keen on doing business that night for the Giant.
Yeah.
And I'm going to agree with Kevin Nash in principle, because how do you what purpose does it serve for you to lose to a guy whose contract was expiring?
Yeah, and then he went to WWE. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, less than a year later, he was in WWE.
Right.
But that's not your job, Kev.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean, look, we'll never know the truth behind that. Eric Bischoff has said Kevin was in the hospital. Kevin did have a heart issue, but he has also said that Kev had issues with creative for it.
Yeah.
And, it just further cements that this event, which should have been the beginning of like WCW going to the next level, was the plateau for WCW.
Yeah.
Like, this was it. And watching this event now, you can really dissect it and see the things they did wrong and be like, yup, this is why. That's why. This is why. Like, how in the world do you give Larry Zbyszko and Eric Bischoff over 10 minutes?
Yeah, I know. And by the way, I'm a huge Larry Zbyszko fan, but that was
awful.
It was hard to watch. It was very cringe.
That was disgusting. That wasn't a match.
No. Yeah, that should have been half the time if you're gonna, because it was all just silliness anyway. It shouldn't have been. Zbyszko deserved better than to. And again, I loved Larry Zbyszko at the time, but yeah, that wasn't great. And then what else? There was a 6-man tag, right? It's already a blur. I just watched it today and I'm already forgetting. But I think it's the you looking something up?
Yes. Sorry.
That's okay. Heard a lot of typing.
Yeah.
I thought I think the main event is what really casts a long and
also I think that you had Goldberg versus Steve McMichael on this card. That 6 minutes you could have split up. Like, there are matches on this card you look at and you're like, that's a Monday Nitro match.
Yeah.
Why is it on here? Saturn defeating Chris Benoit? Who cares?
Right.
The 6-man tag, Savage, Norton, and Vincent defeating Ray Traylor and the Steiner brothers?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, but I remember the build up to this. You could have put anything on this card, but it was always going to be about Hogan versus Sting.
Right.
And look, I don't even know where to begin with this, because I don't think I have ever seen a buildup like this just be destroyed in the span of one match.
Yeah, just kind of wasted.
Kind of.
Because
they took a shit and flushed.
Yeah.
Like, you had an amazing buildup. For Christ's sakes, 4.2 million people watched a re-air of Hulk Hogan's shitty made-for-TV movie just so they could watch the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had money to be made.
Yeah.
But because of, and we'll get into all of it, but because of whatever the hell happened, you blew it all. You blew it.
Yeah. Well, having Bret Hart be the special guest referee was just bizarre.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You have the hottest free agent, a man just oozing controversy, and you have him special guest ref a match.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Makes sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't have found a match for Bret Hart?
I know.
You couldn't have put Bret Hart on the card?
He certainly wasn't injured at the time. He was ready to go. There's no reason not.
But you decided to have Saturn defeat Chris Benoit in nearly 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you could have done Bret Hart and El Dandy.
El Dandy's a jam-up guy.
He really is. You could have had a clash of styles. You could have had Bret Hart versus Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, give them 20 minutes and cut 2 of your bullshit matches.
Yeah.
Like, you literally are just sitting there feeding.
Has Bischoff ever explained why they chose to do that with Bret?
My understanding is that they did it because they wanted to capitalize on the Montreal screw job. And the best way to do it was to make Bret a special guest referee.
I know. Yeah. Now that you say it, I have heard him say that. Yeah.
And no, the best way to capitalize on it is you put him in a match and you have him work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have done something where like a little fantasy booking, put him in a position where, you know, he's coming in, he's gonna have a match, but for some reason he's concerned, his character is concerned that he's gonna get screwed in a high profile match.
I wouldn't even have done that. I'm of the belief that you have him start a quick program with someone very reliable.
Yeah.
And you just have a match. Have him go out and work. That's it. Don't do any lame stories.
Well, I just think if you want to capitalize, like looking at it from Bischoff's perspective, if you want to capitalize on Montreal, maybe there's something in there about, you know, that Bret's a little bit paranoid. It's like something happens or something that makes Bret a little bit paranoid.
But then against the whole character of Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret is...
Well, he had a reason to be paranoid, though.
No, but Bret wouldn't be paranoid. Like,
after what happened to him?
No. Because the whole idea of Bret the Hitman Hart is get back on the horse.
Well, I know. What? I know, but get back on the horse no matter what, but maybe a little bit more cynical than he was before. A little bit more suspicious of people. Put it that way. I think it would have been a natural evolution of the character.
I think you could have removed Saturn from the Benoit match and had him and Benoit.
That would have been great.
I mean, there is so many other things they could have done and just didn't do. And then let's not forget what they did do. They did like a throwaway match with him.
Mm-hmm.
They did a throwaway match with him. They did a throwaway match the next month with him and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Gave him 13 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, so, yeah, you know, Bret in his book said, I really felt like, you know.
They didn't have a plan for him.
They didn't have a plan for me. And based on all of this, I'd have to say he's painfully accurate.
And that Vince was right. When Vince told him WCW won't know what to do with you. And he was right.
Yeah, they really didn't. And it just further proves that WCW didn't have any ideas for these WWE guys. It was all to just capitalize on what they've done with WWE. And like Bruce Pritchard said, at some point, you're going to have to make your own stars.
I never understood why, too. You know, they got Brett and they also got Davey Boy and Neidhart, and but it didn't bother to put, but instead, but they just put Davey Boy and Neidhart in a jobber tag team. And had no association with Brett in WCW. I thought that was mind-boggling to me. Why?
Let's call.
That it was?
Yeah,
Brett's
thing was he thought that Davey and Jim could stand on their own.
Oh.
And obviously wrong, but you know.
Oh.
And Brett wanted to do things on his own too, which okay. And let's not forget that Jim and Davey weren't the most reliable guys at that point.
Oh, that is true.
If you put them with Brett, you're putting them in a main event spot, essentially.
Yeah, would have been fine.
And if they're not reliable,
well, they were reliable enough in WWE.
I mean, you can't. You had more than enough guys in the main event that were reliable enough in WCW. Yeah. And reliable enough is, if you, depending on who you believe, why we had the mess we had with Starrcade 97.
Yeah, I just think there's so many missed opportunities with Brett and WCW, so many. But this was kind of the beginning of that, right? Just completely wasting him.
I think the attraction to this was everyone going into it, I think, felt Sting had to win.
Yeah.
But there was always this, but they could do a schmaz. They could do a disqualification.
Yeah.
They could do.
But they had to have him win because it was so disappointing in their previous match that had been built up for a year because, you know, we all know the story. Sting showed up that day, you know, talking about for the previous match, and he wasn't tan enough.
No, that was for Starrcade.
That was for Starrcade?
Yeah. Yes. That's why. The story breaks down like this. They're sitting there going over creative for this. And Sting was emotionally checked out.
Oh, that's why Sting couldn't go over clean. Is that what it was?
No. Hogan wasn't going to do the job, period. What happened was they basically were sitting there and Sting was emotionally checked out. And Eric Bischoff has said on several occasions on his show and in his book that Sting it was obvious Sting hadn't been going to the gym, hadn't been taking care of himself, and wasn't emotionally invested in what they were doing. Yeah. And Hogan did the "not today, brother."
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother.
That doesn't work for me, brother. And he's like, he ain't the guy.
Yeah.
So now we're roughly 4 to 6 hours from showtime. Hogan has creative control.
Yeah.
Hogan's sitting there saying, I ain't doing it. And Eric Bischoff is trying to have to clean up because you have a sold out MCI Center. They're the first major event in the MCI Center, by the way. It had just opened. And you have a damn near riot on your hands if Sting does not go over.
Yeah.
So now you're having to clean up the mess. So now this is when we get into he said. The original plan was Nick Patrick was supposed to do a fast count.
Oh, yeah.
Brett was supposed to come out and say, this isn't happening to another wrestler while I'm in the building.
Yeah.
This ain't happening again. Knock out Nick Patrick and restart the match as the referee. So we get into the match. Now, Nick Patrick says before the match, Hogan goes up to him and says, "No fast count."
Oh, that's right. The whole Nick. All right, I remember this now. Yeah.
Hogan says, "No fast count." And Nick goes, "Who said?" And he goes, "Eric."
Yeah.
And Hogan basically alludes to the fact that Sting is supposed to kick out. Well, if you watch it, there isn't a fast count. Sting doesn't kick out, and Hogan gets the win, but Bret Hart still comes out arguing over a fast count that never occurred, restarts a match that ended legitimately, and Sting wins with the Scorpion Deathlock, and you never see Hogan tap out.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Hogan doesn't tap out.
I didn't notice that. Oh, wow.
Huh. And if he said "I quit," he didn't sell it.
Yeah.
Because his head doesn't move. Hogan just lays there in the Scorpion Deathlock.
So they did a screw job on Hogan.
But that's not how it was sold. And
I know.
How are you going to sell a screw job on a heel?
Right. Yeah.
That's not sellable.
Unless you're turning the face.
Yes, the NWO had fans, but you're not going to sell them on the franchise of WCW screwing over Hulk Hogan.
Right.
It isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So Hogan recently, in what was probably his last interview about it for the Who Killed WCW series, said Sting was supposed to kick out. Eric Bischoff said no, that was never the plan. It was supposed to be, but it was.
Right.
It was a normal count.
Yeah.
And if you look closely at that, and I challenge all of our viewers to rewatch that event, look at Nick Patrick's face after he counts to 3. He looks like he just shit a brick.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like, oh my word, what did I do?
Mm. Yeah. Well, he was in an impossible situation.
Well,
somebody selling him something and somebody else is selling him something, and because I've heard him talk about it too.
Nick Patrick, again, his story has never changed on it.
Right.
His story and Eric Bischoff's story have been the most accurate.
In terms of consistency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sting has admitted that he was not where he should have been for that match.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Sting had ever addressed it.
Yeah, Sting has said, I wasn't where I should have been.
Yeah.
But Sting even said he thought it was supposed to be a fast count.
Yeah.
So I think, and a key party in all this is no longer with us.
Right.
But 3 of the participants are saying the same thing. Only one of them is saying something different.
Right.
And that one had the most to gain by the change.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that's where this thing was all a mess.
Yeah.
Now, the end result, I think, made up for it. Because you had that beautiful shot of all the WCW guys in the ring celebrating with Sting. Sting jumps up on the turnbuckle and yells into the camera, "Mamacita," for some strange reason.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Well, all the Hispanic wrestlers were around him at that point in time. So
okay, yeah.
Conan was behind him. No, Conan was it. Eddie Guerrero was Ultimo Dragon. I think Ray was behind him. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think the booking after it really exasperated the issues with the event.
I don't even remember what happened after
They
that.
did this whole thing where they did the rematch on Nitro, but it aired after Nitro. So you had to watch Hulk Hogan's crappy TV show.
Oh.
And on commercials, they would go back to the match.
Yeah.
And then they had that match ending controversy. So then J.J. Dillon comes out and holds the title up. Then they're like, a decision will be made on the WCW title at Sold Out. So you bought the Sold Out pay-per-view to hear the decision. And the decision was the title was being held up and there was going to be a rematch between Hogan and Sting at next month's event, Super Brawl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And let's not totally ignore the fact that Scott Hall was owed a WCW championship match because he won World War III the month before Starrcade.
Yeah. Did that end up not happening? Did he never
It
get
did at WCW Uncensored because Scott Hall was in rehab.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So another reason why they had to do what they did.
Yeah. Yeah. What a mess.
It was. And it should have been cut and dry, easy. Sting wins. Hogan go off TV for a while. Make your crappy TV shows and your crappy movies.
Yeah.
Sting carry the title. Fight off the NWO. Blah, 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 blah. Easy peasy.
Yeah. And so what if Sting didn't have a tan? He'd been hanging out in the rafters for a year.
I mean,
only going to the beach.
Let's be real, Matt. When Sting, you watch that today.
Yeah.
Sting looked like crap.
I don't know. You know, to be honest with you, it didn't even occur to me. I didn't think I don't know. I didn't think he looked.
I mean, one, he was gassed 3 minutes into it.
That's what hanging out for a year in the rafters will do to you.
3 minutes into a 13-minute match.
He hadn't had a match in a year. He was brooding. A brooding man.
No, a man whose marriage and everything was falling apart.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Yeah. He rightfully so. He had issues.
He had Mrs. Sting on his mind.
Well, yeah. He was. I mean, and he's spoken at length about this, that his personal life was in shambles.
Yeah.
And so WCW was in a tough position because at this point, you cannot backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go forward. You have sold this event to the brand new MCI Center as being Sting versus Hogan.
Right.
And this is Starrcade. This is WCW's WrestleMania.
Yes.
You're going to have it at Starrcade.
Right. Right. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've exhausted that. What do you think? Do you have anything else to say about Starrcade 97?
I think, overall, if I were rating the card, I'd give it 4 out of 10 stars. It was decent.
Yeah.
I think, if you watch this event and you still don't understand why WCW fell apart, you don't know wrestling. Because it was all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
Yes. Yes.
What was going on?
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So I just realized I don't think we talked at all about what we're doing next week for the main event.
No, we got to get better at that.
We can do that now, live.
Live? Wow, you're putting me on the spot.
Pull back the curtain for the live viewers and listeners.
Yeah. You know what? I think we should do Royal Rumble memories.
Okay.
Just talk about the Royal Rumble, the changes they've made to it, moments that made us that moments that we liked.
Yeah.
Botches, moments that'll stick with us. So if anyone in our audience has favorite Royal Rumble memories, let us know on social media and we'll talk about it. There's a lot there.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea because the Rumble is coming up. Although you won't be watching it.
I will not be watching the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you do not watch anything from Riyadh.
No, I do not.
So, all right, but it makes sense timing wise. We'll talk about it. Talk
about some of the. I always remembered the Royal Rumble feeling bigger than WrestleMania when I was a kid. That was always a feeling that I had.
Yeah.
Like,
understandable. I mean, for a lot of people, it's their favorite event.
My favorite is actually growing up. My favorite was Survivor Series.
Yeah,
because you had football during the day, you ate, and then you had Survivor Series.
Yep.
And your parents didn't give a damn because they were exhausted.
Right. Yep. No, that sounds good. Yeah, let's do that for next week. We'll do Royal Rumble memories. I like that idea.
Royal Rumble memories.
We can kind of talk about the history of it.
Yeah, and there's a lot there that went into the planning. Brainchild of Pat Patterson.
Yep. And it was originally called, because I remember this when I was a kid, it was originally called the Rumble Royal, and then they changed the name. You didn't know that?
I did not.
It was originally called a Rumble Royal. I remember Mean Gene saying that, the Rumble Royal. And then I think by the time, but I think it was even before the first event actually aired. I think the night that it aired, because it wasn't on pay-per-view in the beginning either. It was the first one aired on the USA Network. And I think that night they changed it. They kept calling it the Rumble Royal, but then that night, all of a sudden they were calling it the Royal Rumble, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was originally the Rumble Royal.
And we could talk about the first year. They said the winner gets a shot at the title at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That wasn't always a stipulation.
Exactly.
And it's not the year people think.
Do you remember who won the first Royal Rumble?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
That's right. When it was on USA. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people think it's the year that the year WrestleMania 6 when the winner got the title shot at WrestleMania, and that is not true. No.
Well, very good. So that'll be the plan for next week, and we'll see whatever else comes up. Well, very good. This is we're coming up on an hour and a half anyway, so that's kind of the sweet spot for the show. Anything you want to mention about Pilcher's Point? Pilcherspoint.com.
Yeah, I gotta get back to blogging. Just been a lot going on. I re-injured my elbow at physical therapy last Monday. So
at physical therapy?
Yep, I was doing overhead stretches with resistance bands, and I went. Yeah, it hurts. I went forward and I felt a hard pull in my elbow, and you can see right here.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then a pop.
Oh, okay.
So
that's not good.
So yeah. Just a lot of sleeping in Sofa City because I have a sectional, so I have a Chase lounge that I can sleep on. And keep my arm elevated in.
Yeah.
So yeah, been a lot of phone calls and a lot of stuff that I have to deal with and sort through, unfortunately for me.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, never seems to end, huh? Jeez.
I said, I've come to terms with my right arm never being the same.
Are you in pain? Like,
oh yeah.
Pain? Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Throughout I've been kind of moving it around and it's been trying.
There will be light at the end of the tunnel.
Look, I don't have it any worse than anyone else.
Sure.
All things considered, I have it pretty good. You know, I have a roof over my head. My lights are working. I have food.
Yep.
I have it pretty good.
Yep.
I just have a jacked up arm, and it just so happens to be my dominant arm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's solutions. It's just there's a process you have to follow for the solutions, and the process sucks ass.
Yeah. You'll get through it. You've got a good attitude about it. So
I mean, look, this isn't a constant attitude. I'll be honest. I can be a real asshole about it. People that are close to me know. I've been rude to several of them. Dealing with this, unfortunately, I regret it, but it's a part of my makeup.
Yeah.
I am not the sunny ray of sunshine I portray on Tough Bumps.
Well, that's okay. But overall, your attitude about it is good.
You look, I'm breathing. I'm alive.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I'm in reasonably quasi good health. So what do I have to complain about, really? I mean, my arm hurts. Going outside in the Midwest in the middle of winter sucks with it. Not fun.
Yeah.
But this too shall pass.
Yes, it will. All right, everybody. We'll check out pilcherspoint.com. And of course, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, mattconnerton.com is my website. And it is January. So for a hypnotherapist like me, this is Christmas time, like what Christmas is to retail. January is to a hypnotherapist. So if you've got New Year's resolutions and you need a little boost,
you need to quit. Yep. You need to quit playing mind games with people.
Yeah.
I've heard that online on YouTube.
Yeah.
That it's some voodoo stuff you do.
Right.
That.
Yeah.
I don't know. The person who said it just seems very unhinged and deranged too. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe my friend Brooklyn Mike can help me with that.
Brooklyn Mike?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Mike sounds like a real New Yorker.
He's a real New Yorker. Yeah.
You know those people that live in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah.
Not real New Yorkers at all.
No, they're fakes and posers.
Yup. You got to live in Brooklyn or Bensonhurst.
Yes.
Or Harlem. That's where the real New Yorkers are, Harlem.
Yes. So, all right, I'll see if Brooklyn Mike can help me.
Yeah. Brooklyn Mike or Harlem Marcus.
Yep, absolutely. Well, very good. And everybody, if you watch this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Or if you get this in podcast form, please subscribe to Tough Bumps on the podcast platform of your choice, et cetera, et cetera. And I guess that's it for episode 27 in the books.
27. Wow. Half a year of episodes.
I know. We're pretty consistent, too.
Not everyone is. Not everyone is, no.
That's right. All right. That's it for this episode of Tough Bumps. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to y'all a little bit later.
Bye.
Tough bumps we take, we rise again. Blood and grit, it's how we begin. Matt and Eric fire up the flame. Wrestling lives on the Tough Bumps name.